When you connect to the Lector620 for the first time, Sopas will start up with this connection with a dialog. You can go to connect to a specific device and select the Lector620 to shorten the search time. So here we select that we use the Ethernet protocol when it's connected to the Ethernet cable. So the auto-IP scanner has now found the Lector620, but is telling us that we need to do something about the IP address. So we can either change it manually, or we can have Sopas automatically fix the IP address of the Lector as such, and when the new IP address is transferred to the scanner, the auto-IP will search for new devices once more, and this time hopefully we will see that the scanner is in a group that we can access. So the scanner is here mentioned, and we also have the other port here. There are two interfaces on the Lector, and for parameterization we only select the device itself. So now we will get online with the scanner, and as you can see in the bottom of the software that we are now online, and the data setup and the settings are synchronized, and any changes made are done immediately. So just to check briefly that we are online with the device, we can press the edit, so we should get a live image of the target that the Lector is pointed at. So we go back to operation. So the first point you want to do is perform the auto setup function, which is a wizard that will help you quick and easy to set up all the parameters automatically. So down to the left in the bottom we have here the auto setup. We activate that. So we select a shutter time that fits the image. So if it's too dark, we can increase the shutter time, so we have a good and clear contrast on the target. So the next thing we want to do is drag where the code is. We drag a new calibration window so that the setup will know where to focus and where to contrast adjustments. So now we just press next, and here we have the option to do everything automatically in the standard version or the standard mode. We can also go to the advanced mode and select which things that we want the Lector to set up automatically. So if we go back to the standard mode, we press next. Now you will see that the reading distance, the image setting and the curve settings are analyzed and set up correctly due to the analysis algorithms in the Lector. Everything will be done full automatic, so there are no things you can do other than just to wait for the analysis to complete. And after this is done, you should get a confirmation that everything has went successfully. And if such message appears, we can confirm that the actual code on the target is readable. Already now we can see in the picture there's a green frame around the code, and the indication is that we have a good contrast. So now everything is successful. We can see that the code content and what code type it is. There is a contrast between the code and the background of 49%, and it's a 12 by 12 symbol, and the measured pixel size or number of pixels per dot in the code is currently 4.0 0. So this seems to be adequate, so we press next, and here we immediately go into reading mode to verify that we have a good reading percentage, and as such of 100% should be very satisfactory. So we press finish. So now the lector has new settings, and those can be verified by pressing the edit mode. And now we have a live image with the code being read, and you can see it's the code content is again shown under the picture. So if we go back to operation, there's a few more things that we need to set up in the parameter tree to the left. We have here the parameters, the reading configuration, and the camera illumination, and the things that normally it's a hassle to set up is already done by the auto setup. So the first thing that we need to do is go to the trigger control. So to be able to better to see what's going on, we can on the top we can select the split window. So we have here 3 columns where we can take the online image and drag it to the right, better to see what we are doing. So here we in the object trigger control, we set up that the picture is read by initiation of the sensor input 1, and it is terminated as such also by the same trigger source, or if a code is read in between those two. We also have here the option to press gate on, and you will see in the picture when doing so it captures an image, and at this point a code is read, and the lector will indicate by a beep that everything is okay. So the next point that we need to do is to go and see if any performance tweaks are necessary. We can go to the code configuration. So we open up the project tree for the code configuration. We can see here we have different symbologies, and to optimize the tweak the performance of the lector, we should assure that no other codes than the ones that are needed have been activated. So to even increase the performance, in this case for the 2D code, we can say that the contrast, as we saw before, is okay, it's pretty good. So we can make it easier for the decoder by saying that we have good contrast, and this setting should make the decoding process faster. So another trick we can do is we go to the project tree to the data matrix. We have here also some general settings. Of course, this is the standard, and we have here the possibility to allow some errors on the code itself, and if we show, we can activate the ISO verification function. Currently the code was teached in by automatic or by the auto setup, so the length of the code is fixed to 12 by 12. If the codes being read are in different sizes, so it's preferable to set this to free size. So here we also have some other tweaks that can help in the performance. So this one should be left off, and if the code is surrendered by patterns, that takes additionally time to decode. So these kind of tweaks can also might help on the performance. So here we have also if it's a fast application or if it's a difficult application. If we are tweaking for speed, we should select the fast option. So in the data processing, of course, the output control is needed to be configured. What is the point of transmission? When do we want the data to come out? We can say immediately it's read, or maybe when the photoelectric says that the target has left the capture zone. And so for the output format here is standard, done as just to deliver the code content, or you can add characters of your own if required. And you can also change what comes out in this as a string when it's not read or not present in the reading zone. Okay, so this you might also want to fix to fit it on your host. So the last thing that needs to be done is to configure the actual hardware interface. If it's delivered by serial, you should set the baud rate and all this, and apparently also almost certainly the IP address of the host and which format is to be sent to the host as well. Okay, so this was the quick version of setting up the Lector620, and it seems to be quite fast and easy to do. So wish you all the luck and all the best for using this nice product from SIG.